Welcome to CBT News with Shyann Malone.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks for joining us. Not only can you watch us here, we are now streaming on Roku, Apple TV, as well as iOS and Android mobile devices. On today's show, we're pleased to welcome Joe McCabe, the president and CEO of Auto Forecast Solutions. But first, here are today's top automotive industry stories. On January 3rd, Ford Motor Company informed dealers the price of its all-electric F-150 Lightning will change. In fact, prices of the 2024 model year pickups have jumped $2,000 to $10,000 from 2023. Meanwhile, premium trucks like the Platinum and the Platinum Black trim prices are getting cut by roughly $5,000. Ford spokesperson Marty Gunsberg stated, quote, "There is still a strong demand for the F-150 Lightning and will continue to make adjustments as the market for EVs remains dynamic." Gunsberg also noted that the Platinum trucks are not eligible for the $7,500 tax credit. And some good news for Hyundai. For the third consecutive year, Hyundai sold a record number of vehicles in the U.S., and it expects this momentum to continue and carry through as the demand for EVs climbs. As of January 3rd, 2024, Hyundai sales and its affiliate Kia totaled 7.3 million units, a decrease of around 3% from their combined target of 7.52 million vehicles. However, both automakers intend to boost their annual global sales in 2024, with Hyundai targeting 4.24 million units and Kia aiming for 3.2 million units. While analysts do believe the firm's projected sales for this year are attainable, economic factors such as high interest rates and growing incentives will still impact demand and profitability. Oh, it is true, we've seen wholesale prices for used vehicles slightly decrease. The prices, though, are still relatively high, at least compared to pre-pandemic levels. According to the most recent data from ADESA auctions, the average price of a used car sold at dealer-only wholesale auctions in November was just over $14,000, marking a 4.6% decline from last year. But believe it or not, that's still more than $2,900 higher than in November of 2019. The recent drop in wholesale auction prices is also due to seasonal patterns where used values, they bottom out in the winter and they peak in the spring. Oh, and this one will surely warm your heart. During the holiday season, thousands of kids, children from the Boys and Girls Club, Habitat for Humanity, Women in Distress, Broward County Public Schools, and several other local charitable organizations such as churches and schools all over South Florida and the Atlanta metro area received a special gift from Santa's Helpers. That's right, on December 21st, the Rick Case Bikes for Kids initiative collected upwards of 100,000 bikes from the local communities to ensure no child feels left out. Well, don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we have Joe McCabe, President and CEO of Auto Forecast Solutions. He joins us to discuss the changes dealers can expect in the upcoming year. There's lots ahead. We'll be right back with that. Well, if you're not already subscribed to CBT News, now is the perfect time to do it. For over a decade, CBT has brought you exclusive and in-depth interviews with dealer principals, OEM executives, industry analysts, and top-level sales and management trainers. Join the thousands of automotive professionals that rely on CBT News for the insights that drive profits and maximize the bottom line. Subscribe today.
Let's start out here. What stands out the most to you when reflecting on the automotive industry in 2023?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest one is this early adopter apex for electrification. You know, when we're in forecasting mode, we're always trying to find out when have the early adopters adopted, and now when are we going to get to the real potential pain points of mass market adoption and sort of flattening the market. I think we've reached it. I think the people that bought the Teslas bought them, the Rivians. You know, I'm not slating the vehicles. This idea that BEVs are the only solution never resonated with us. They are a solution. Not every consumer has to consume this. It's a governmental and environmental driven initiative. I think the next 3 years are going to be interesting because it's going to show where the idea of higher prices, range anxiety, other hurdles will have to get cleared in order to keep this momentum going. But I think we finally reached it, and I think we're going to see some interesting times ahead.
So do you think it's going to be kind of a chipping away at ICE vehicles just over a certain period of time, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, where we'll see a little more each year of EVs? Or do you think we've seen what we're going to get for quite some time in the EV sector?
I just don't think we'll have this hockey stick growth anymore. I think that, we look at the market as an elastic market, and the idea is we push this elastic wall so hard to get to BEVs, it's going to recoil.
Yeah.
And now we're going to say, well, why don't we look at electrification? Why don't we look at hybridization? Hybridization always has been a really valid way of getting there. There's a Toyota metric out there that says the raw materials to make one BEV, I can make 6 plug-in hybrids, or I can make 90 standard hybrids.
Wow.
So if your goal was net carbon zero, I want to make 90 people move in a better direction than just one, and the same amount of resources, which is a big hurdle right this second.
Yeah.
So this idea that I think what's going to see is you're going to see more pushing on hybrids, a full product portfolio. BEVs will stay in the mix. You're going to see a delay on high volume BEVs. We're already seeing the manufacturers dialing back their programs, putting more electrification and more extended range vehicles in their portfolio, not just pure BEV. So we're going in the right path. We will see a muted forecast for pure BEV, but I think in the long run, you're going to see it get back. But we're 3 or 4 years away from that, again, that new hockey stick growth.
Well, that does it for our show today, but we do invite you back here tomorrow morning on cbtnews.com. And remember, you can stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry by following us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm Shyann Malone. That does it for us. Thanks for watching. You have a good one.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content.